Hello everyone, this is Glenn from Audiology First. For those of you working in long-term care facilities that are currently closed to the public, if you are the person working in a hospital with somebody with a hearing aid, and hearing is critical for them to be able to understand what's going on around them, or anybody who's caring for somebody outside of one of those situations, maybe you're at home with somebody or you're working with somebody that uses a hearing aid. This hearing aid style in particular is fitted for most people who have poor dexterity, who cannot manage to put in other types of hearing aids, or people that prefer this as a cosmetic option. This is molded to the shape of the person's ear and is a little bit easier to put in than other styles. This part goes into the ear, and this is the part that faces outside, and this part faces inwards. With all hearing aids, they have microphones. These microphones are located here on the outside of the hearing aid, so those need to be cleaned with a little brush occasionally, maybe once a week. Just brush those to make sure that sound can actually get into the hearing aid. And then on the other side, you will see that there's a white filter, a little white piece, and there's a hole. Okay, so the white piece is a filter that needs to be replaced once it gets clogged. You'll know a hearing aid's clogged because if you put a new battery in, so I'll show you how to open these up. Just there's a little battery door. So if you change that battery out, you put a new battery in, and the hearing aid doesn't make any sound, or the patient doesn't seem to hear any better, it may be that you might need to replace that filter. Okay. Oop, let me just get this upright. You might need to replace that filter. So here's a little bit of instruction on how to do that. With the patient supplies, you should find that you have these Pro Wax filters with it. If you don't have those, call us, we'll get you more. 403-394-9903. The filters come in cassettes like this. To replace the filter, you pull, and that gives you the access to the tool. On one side, you have a tool for removing the blocked filter, and on the other side, you have a new filter. To replace the filter, snap the removal tool into the blocked filter. Then move the new filter in line with the hole, push, and the new filter should stay. You can then discard this, throw this in the garbage, okay? This should be done whenever the hearing aid seems to not be producing any sound, despite having changed the battery. So if the patient's struggling to hear, even though you changed the battery, that's when you should consider replacing the hearing aid. You can also listen to the hearing aid by cupping it in your hand, and it should produce some squealing maybe. In most cases, a hearing aid should squeal if you cup it in your hand. That's called feedback. That means sound's getting out of the hearing aid tip and back into the microphone. Now, when this is in the patient's ear, that isn't really supposed to be happening very much, but if it's out of the ear, you should hear it. It's a sign that it's working if you can hear a bit of a squeal. Remember that the microphones need to be working too, so do make sure those look clear as possible, and that can resolve quite a few problems. The vent that goes all the way through from the outside here, I don't know if you can see that. This is a sound vent, okay? It goes all the way through the inside of the hearing aid, and it runs parallel to where the speaker or the receiver or the filter is. So it's in here. That can be cleaned by finding the tool, pipe cleaner tool, inside the hearing aid kit. Just push that all the way through. Do that once a week, I would say. If the hole is very narrow, you might find one of these in the kit. This is a little filament or thread for cleaning out small vents. This hearing aid will sound awful if the vent isn't open. If the vent's blocked up with wax too, the hearing aid isn't going to sound very good. The patient will still hear, but you will get complaints about it sounding echoey or hollow if it's not. The cleaning tool in some cases might be inside this little tool, which is usually in the patient's hearing aid kit. You'll see the little cleaning peg, the little pipe cleaner tool inside this sort of cover, okay? It's like a little sword. So if you can't find this, oh, that was quite good. If you can't find this it might be inside that, okay? A couple of other little tips here. If you're having a hard time changing that battery and you can't you can't seem to pick up the battery very easily, at the tip of this cleaning tool, you might find, I don't know if this will focus, I don't know if you can see that, there's actually a little magnet on the end of that. So if you flip this over, sometimes that's helpful, sometimes it's not. This one might be a bit old, but really what should happen is that that battery should be picked up by the magnet, okay? And it typically gets a little easier to put it in if your dexterity is poor yourself. Turning the hearing aid on is accomplished by closing the battery door. Turning it off is accomplished by opening the door. Okay, so let's see if I can get that in focus again. So that's now on, and that's off. If I turn it on, I'm going to put this by the microphone of the hearing aid. Hope you can hear that. There's a little tune that plays. So if you're unsure if there's sound getting out of the hearing aid because of blockage or because of a dead battery, you can always hold it up near your own ear to listen, but do not put it inside your own ear. So, in summary, the question is, how often do I change the filter on the hearing aid? The answer to that is, if it appears that the hearing aid is not producing sound, change it. If the filter appears to be soiled, blocked, or full of wax, or full of brown or yellow stuff, change it. If this hearing aid appears to be making good sound for the client and they can hear quite well with it, there's probably no need to change it. Okay, there's probably no need. If you have any doubt about how it looks, just change it. Okay, it's easy to do. We have a huge supply of these filters available. So if you need more, if you need a supply of them for your continuing care facility, or for your nursing home, or for yourself as an individual or a family member, please just get in touch with us. You can call us on 403-394-9903, or you can email info@audiologyfirst.ca. You can join us for a video, face-to-face sort of video chat on doxy.me/audiologyfirst. And we will be there to help you, whether you're a healthcare provider that needs assistance with this. If there's a different type of hearing aid than this style that you're dealing with, we will be able to help you there too. Okay, so best of luck to everybody. Stay in touch with us if you need us, and stay safe.